Yeah, so hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Oh wow. I'm so tired right now. But anyhow, guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Wow, guys, I can't even believe I'm back on again. This is Shadow Girl Sherry going live again. It's been such a long time. I shouldn't say a long time, but I think the last time I went live was actually when we had the last 999 portal. And when we had the last 999 portal, it was the ninth month. Let's see, the 18th day, of course, of this year, 2025. So that was September the 18th, 2025. Of course, 2025, but anyhow, this year. But guys, in this month of September for 2025, we actually are having this opportunity to have a 999 portal, a 999 portal 3 times. Now, let me explain why. Obviously, September is the ninth month. On the ninth day, it was September the 9th, and then you had the year 2025. You take the numbers 2025, the year, you add those numbers up, you get the number 9. So that made it the 999 portal. Now, we had a second 999 portal on September the 18th, which if you look at this paper that I've made up right here that you're looking at right now, if you look at it, it may look like a bit of a puzzle because I have a weird way in writing things out. But this was the paper that I had written up for that particular day, for that portal, but I didn't get a chance to come on for that portal. But it was the ninth month, 18th day. And when you take how do we get another 9 portal on the 18th? You get the 9 portal again the second time because of the fact if you take it was the 18th. If you take the 1 and the 8 and you add them together, it breaks down to the number 9. And then obviously you got the number 2025 again for the year. Okay. Then, now today, right now, while I'm making this video, today is September the 26th, 2025. But tomorrow we are going to have the opportunity. The door is just about to open here in a couple of hours. It will be the 9th month, September the 27th. And you get another 99 portal again because of the fact if you take the number 2 and 9, the 27th, you add those together, you get the number 9. So you have another 999 portal because the year again is 2025. So I hope you get what I'm saying. I know you do. But anyhow, so we are just getting this opportunity here in this month of September of 2025 to have 399 portals. And that comes with a lot of intense energy. Guys, I got to be honest. I want to apologize because it's been a little bit since I've gotten on. Obviously, again, I'm going to say it again. I do believe the last time I went live, it was on the 9th month, 18th day, 2025, meaning it was the last 999 portal that we had. Now, tomorrow, obviously, we're going to have another one again. And I want to apologize, guys. It has so been said that this year of 2025, if you are going through a lot of different things, a lot of changes, so on and so forth, you're exactly where you're supposed to be because this is a number 9 year. And if you think about the idea of 9, it's an energy of change, transformation. And I want to go ahead and remind you again that this is the year of the snake. Now, that's part of the reason that right now, when you look at the picture that I have written up, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I have a different kind of way in writing things out. It may look like a little bit of a puzzle, but I think that one thing that most likely you can see here in this picture, if you're not looking at, the writing, the paperwork, the writing that I did or whatever, you can see a snake. And it's, it's a piece of jewelry. Obviously, it's a gold snake. And Yeah, but again, you see and guys, at the beginning of this year of 2025, um I believe it was the first video that I made for 2025, or maybe it was maybe for New Year's made for 2025, or maybe it was maybe for New Year's Eve, I believe it was, going into 2025. I made a video where I put a lot of snakes in the video, obviously, because this is the Chinese year of the snake. And the whole idea of a snake, I said the year 2025, a number 9 year, it's all about change. And when you think about a snake, how does a snake come out to be the symbol of change? Guys, obviously when a snake sheds its skin, it's leaving something behind. So it's changing. It's changed. So it's, since this is a number 9 year, it's said to be that if you're going through a lot of chaos, different things like that, then you're right where you're supposed to be, because we're trying to step into or onto a new, what should I say, platform or timeline, really. But for my first, I do believe it was the first video I made for this year. It wasn't a live, because at that point I wasn't going live. I wasn't feeling comfortable enough to go live at that point. The first time I went live was actually on the 8 portal, which is the 8th month, 8th day, August the 8th. And if you're watching this video, you probably already know what that date stands for. Every year on the August the 8th, there is said to be a portal that opens, and it's called, well, it's not open. That's the height of the portal. It's a portal called the Lions Gates portal. So for the first time I ever went live, was during that portal. It was on the 8th month, 8th day. So it had to be a time for abundance, and it's the Lions Gates portal. So it's the energy of the lion, and stepping out, being bold and all that. And I'm like, okay, the way that I'm going to step out and be bold is that the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to go live for the first time. And I was so nervous and everything. And now, when I go live, I'm not nervous anymore. It's more so I might be worked up, because I'm like, okay, I got a chance to go live. I don't get to do it all the time. Sometimes I have to sneak it in there just because of my schedule, or, just different things that are going on. And obviously, guys, because this is a year of change, and change can mean a lot of crazy energy. But with that being said, guys, the first time that I'm going to say I believe it was maybe New Year's Eve. I was talking about the year of the snake and the new year that was coming in 2025, being the year of the snake. Right now, when you look at this picture, you see pearls laid out in the video. And my idea was, I don't know if you fear snakes or not. Some people, not everybody does. Wouldn't it be something if snakes actually look like pearls? I mean, look at, I tried to fit it in here better, but I hope you can see it. There are pearls. I have different pearl necklaces and things like that. And, I've got maybe 2 of those laid out in this particular, in this live. But my idea was, at the beginning of the year, wouldn't it be something if pearls, or if snakes actually look like pearls? Like, what if you went outside and you opened your door, you went out, you look down, and there's a set of pearls, like there's pearls laying in the grass? That wouldn't be too scary, would it? I mean, especially if you're a female, or, well, I don't want to say that. You could be a guy and like pearls, whatever. But yeah, that I think that would be pretty awesome. But anyhow, guys, let me jump into this. Now, guys, I want to go ahead and say this. I've been saying it lately since I've been coming on. could I call it maybe a little bit of a public service announcement or something like that? This is just something that I've just found to be kind of near and dear to my heart. Call it maybe a little bit of a public service announcement or something like that. This is just something that I've just found to be kind of near and dear to my heart. And I wish I had said it when I first got started with the video, with this live. But I want to try to make it a point to just about every time I come on live or make a video or whatever, I want to express my love for animals. And guys, because I have to kind of blame it on myself, there have been these videos that obviously keep popping up into my For You page and my algorithm. And the reason why they pop up so much is because I keep liking them and sharing them and so on. And the reason why I'm sharing these videos, they are videos of shelter animals, animal shelters that are saying that their doors are about to close or whatever, or if they don't, obviously animals can be euthanized, put to sleep or whatever, if people don't come and adopt the animals. And oh man, that breaks my heart, because it's like that's fresh life. And I love animals. I love animals, and this is probably this will really sound kind of strange, but I'm the type to where I love animals so much to where I kind of like pray or think about animals that have gone extinct. Will really sound kind of strange, but I'm the type to where I love animals so much to where I kind of like pray or think about animals that have gone extinct. And that's just being real. Why? Because I just kind of feel like the animals that have gone extinct, they've gone that way because humans, like we haven't looked out for them. That was it's kind of like our responsibility to look out for something that's not as high up as we are. So I hope you get what I'm saying. I'm a big animal lover. So I just want to take some time out in my videos or when I go live, whatever. I'm going to try to remember it every time, which I probably will, because of the fact that since I keep spreading the videos and liking the videos and passing them along and all that, the TikTok algorithm obviously has picked up on the fact that, this is something I'm into, obviously. And the videos can be so painful. I mean, just looking at them, it seems like they're getting sadder and sadder. I kind of wish that they wouldn't put the really sad stuff up, but I know that that they're trying to get the message out there. But I will also say this, that I know that no matter what, anytime there's something where there's something that something's near and dear to, a lot of people's hearts or whatever, there could be people out here that are making, using it as like a scam. So I'm just saying that when you look at the videos and all that, I'm just asking for, if you go to any, obviously there's going to be animal shelters that are going to be near your area, your local animal shelter. I'm trying to put it out there to think about going to the animal shelter and bringing a new best friend home. But I've been seeing a lot of videos where there are to the animal shelter and bringing a new best friend home. But I've been seeing a lot of videos where there are, they're making like bracelets, like, with the animals, they put the animal's name. You get what I'm saying? Like a collar. And my idea is I want to put that out there that, I'm trying to encourage you to go ahead and think about, purchasing the collars or the collars and different things like that to support the shelters and whatever. But at the same time, I also want to say, make sure that you check in and you make sure that it's legit. I got to say that. So, because no matter what's going on, I mean, anytime there's any kind of an effort for, different things going around, to try to help situations, there's always going to be other people that are going to try to take advantage of it. So I don't want to be a part of that either. So anyhow, you get what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to move on from that. that was for this video this time. Now it's time to move on, because it makes me sad anyway to think about these animals suffering or whatever. So I've done my part with that. Okay, guys, so jumping back into the whole energy of the 9/9 portal. Now, guys, this kind of snuck up on me. I wasn't really thinking about it. I wasn't thinking that I was going to make a video tonight. I wasn't going to go live. I didn't think that I was going to have enough time to do it. But then I found some time and I'm like, wait a minute, it's kind of quiet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go live. And the funny thing about it is, there's something that's been going on a lot for me lately. I looked at the percentage, the amount of, time that, I looked up to see how much energy, my battery, or, what I'm saying, on my phone. And it was to charge it or whatever. And it was at 69%. I've been seeing that number so much. And there's so many times I'll look at my phone and I'm getting ready to go live or whatever. And I'll look at my phone and it's at 69%. I was not thinking it was going to be that way tonight. I found some private time, some quiet time all to myself, whatever. And I'm thinking, should I go live? Whatever. I think I'm going to do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go live. And for whatever reason, I looked up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to find that picture or the paperwork that I had made up for the 18th. I found it and whatnot. And then wasn't even thinking about it. I glanced up, and saw where the percentage of my, energy or whatever that I had left. And it's at 69%. And I'm like, okay, that's my sign right there. 69. I've been seeing that a lot. I see it so much. And there's been so many times that I've wanted to go live or about to make a video. And I look at the phone and my phone is at 69%. So I'm like, that's my sign right there. I'm going to do it. So this live might be a little bit all over the place. Again, because I wasn't expecting to get this time, but I got it. And here I am, guys. And this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I want to thank everybody, you guys, for joining me tonight, because there's so many other different things you could be doing right now. It's a Friday night. I don't know what everybody's doing on a Friday night, but you guys are joining me, and I want to thank you so much for doing so. So the video this might be a little bit all over the place, but it's just because it's a last minute idea. But I feel like I'm very, very lucky, because again, the last time we had the 9/9 portal on the 18th, the night before, that's when I wrote this paperwork up. And, I'm thinking, okay, later on tonight, I'm going to be able to do it. It didn't work out. And even the next day on the actual, because I wanted to make it the day before the portal, and I didn't get it up. And then the day of the portal, of the 9/9 portal, which was, the 9th month, 18th day, what I had written this paperwork up for, I had this other crazy synchronicity. And that's what the last live I made is about. It's about that crazy synchronicity I had, and the reason as to why I didn't put this paperwork up for that live. Guys, what happened was, I'm going to say it real quickly. What I did for that 9/9 portal, I went through some old journal entries and different things, I'll just say, I'll stick to that. I was looking through papers and things like that, but I also looked through an old journal of mine. And as I'm looking through, my idea was I had it's kind of like a little cauldron, cast iron. And, what I was doing was I was taking old stuff. The idea was, okay, before you can move into your new timeline, you're trying to call new things into your life. Well, you need to get rid of the old. So I was going through this journal, and I'm thinking, okay, some of these stories in here and things that I wrote down years ago, there were sad things that were going on in my life, because at that point I didn't know anything about the law of attraction. And guys, if you're watching this, you probably already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. With your positive thinking, thoughts, hanging out with positive people, you are said through the law of attraction to be attracting those kind of things back into your life. You're attracting the positive things. But if you're hanging out with negative people, the people that, the Nancy negatives, the Debbie Downers, all that, then through the law of attraction, in the same way, you're attracting more of those kind of people. You are attracting more of those kind of situations, all that stuff back into your life. That's the negative stuff, the things we really don't want to have a whole lot to do with. Now, I'm not saying if you have people around you that are that way, we want to try to change them and get them to be more on the good foot and think positive here. That's my idea here. That's the idea with my channel. So yeah. But anyhow, guys, I was looking through my ideas. I wanted to look through some old journals and things like that. And instead of having necessarily to write something down, it was already written down. I didn't have to go and write anything new down that I was trying to get rid of. Because guys, years ago, I didn't know what the law of attraction was. So I was looking through some of my old journals, and I can see how my life manifested and things were going down in the wrong direction, because I was always looking at the negative. And, when you focus on it, you're reinforcing it. And then I'm writing it down. I kind of feel like what I should have done was taken everything that I wrote, I should have just wrote down the opposite, like the total opposite. And my life would probably be different now. But anyhow, so on that day, on the 18th, I just took an old journal out. I'm looking through it. I'm like, okay, let me look at these old stories. I've always been the type to where I like to write and all that different stuff. I like to read as well. And I wish back at that time that I had have found books like The Secret and things like that. I heard about these books. Oprah was real big into the law of attraction, The Secret, all that. I mean, I was aware of it, but for whatever reason, I didn't take the time to go and, pick up a copy, And my big thing was my favorite author is V.C. Andrews. I think I've said that before. And so I was reading a lot of her books, but now it's come to the point where if you have like, what is it, Lifetime and all that different stuff, you know what I'm talking about, Lifetime, television for women. They have come up with, I think, a lot of her books. Let's see. The first one was like, and it was way back in the 80s. It was, it wasn't If There Be Thorns. It was, Flowers in the Attic. Okay. So Lifetime took it over, did a remake of it. I think there's been Dawn. There's been My Sweet Audrina. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but she's my favorite author. But besides that, there were books about the law of attraction, and I wasn't thinking about that stuff. And then here, years later, now Lifetime has actually come out with the, her V.C. Andrew books have basically come to life now. But anyhow, guys, my idea for the 18th was I just took an old journal, looked through it, and the things that were negative, I'm like, I don't have to write anything down because it's right here. I took those pages out, tore them out. The idea was I was going to take some of the pages out and burn them to release it to the universe and saying, okay, if I get rid of this, then you're going to send something better to me. We're going to rewrite this story together. And, what happened was, and I'm not lying to you, you can go back and look at that last live that I did. Now I had opened the journal and maybe flipped past a couple of pages, but no lie, the first page that I landed on, like I landed, put the page down and officially just looked down at it. I'm reading it reading the paper, the journal entry. And when I happen to look up in the corner, I am not lying to you guys, the date of when I had written that particular journal entry was on September the 18th of another year, like years earlier, like years ago. But it was September the 18th. So it was actually the anniversary of the 9/9 portal, which at that point back then, I didn't know anything about portals and a 9/9 portal and all that different stuff, or a Lionsgate's portal or anything like that. I've always been into kind of things that are kind of like witchy season. Like, I don't know about you, but if you're watching this, you're tuning into this, you might be into things like The Craft. You might be into movies like Practical Magic. Maybe you might know who Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, who, you might know who that is. Different things like that. If you're watching this video, you may already know about these kind of movies and television shows and all that kind of different thing. But I kid you not, guys, I'm not on here to lie to you guys. The only thing you guys really don't know about me is what I look like. But my thing here, my idea here is to be the most honest with you all. Anybody who's viewing my videos and, you're liking, you're clicking, you're sharing, you're subscribing, you found this has come up on your For You page. And guys, right now, I want you to, if you have a clock or anything nearby, if you look at it right now, it's actually 10:10. So that is a number, that, it's side by side. And the way I understand 10:10 has a lot to do with spiritual awakening. So, I just wanted to share that, this magic moment with you guys right now, because I looked at the clock, looked at my phone, and it's actually 10:10. And I feel like there's a lot of energy present right now, because I don't know how many people have joined this live, but I really do believe that anytime like-minded people gather and, you're thinking positive or negative or whatever, which I'm trying to think we're all thinking positive, that's a lot of really intense energy. So let's just think of something positive, what you're trying to attract right now. What timeline are you trying to leave behind, and what kind of a timeline are you walking into? I want you to kind of think about that right now. Because again, we're all here, and well, it's 10:11, but we're all here together. We're gathered together right now. So anyhow, guys, but I try to be as real with you guys as I can be. Again, the only thing that you guys don't know what I look like. And I've explained that in other videos as to why, I'm not coming out showing, you don't know what I look like right now. I don't want to jump into all that, but basically it's about privacy, but it's also really a thing of safety. I'm going to say it real quick. It used to not be a thing where people were so quick to like put pictures of their like newborn baby up, or just think that okay, we'll use Facebook, for example, or anything like that. Just because somebody put in a friend request for you, it doesn't mean that they're really your friend. Now, I was talking to a real friend of mine, like we've been friends for years, and we were talking about it. And then I talked to another friend about it, real friend. The idea of, okay, all these people will put in friend requests for you. You accept the friend request or whatever, and then you put something up, and then nobody likes it, or you kind of feel like, okay, people may have wanted to be your friend, or your friends, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be your friend, or saying they're your friend or whatever, just so they can see the lowdown, the things that's going on in your life. And then half of the things that people put up, they're being false anyway. It's all about a show. So you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I mean, yes, you don't know what I look like and all that, but I'm being honest with you all when I come and I tell you the things that this is all about, my personal journey with the law of attraction. I try to keep things as positive and upbeat as I can be, obviously, because that's what we're trying to attract, positive things. But at the same time, there's going to be times I'm going to share with you guys things that I wouldn't share with people that may be on another platform or whatever, where these people know me in real life, and I'm not going to tell them the things that I'm going to tell you, because I'm being honest with you guys. I really feel like that if this has come up on your For You page, obviously it's because we have something in common. Other people, in real life, it might be like family members that obviously we share blood, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we may not have anything in common. And, I have much love for my family, obviously, especially like my real close knit, like in my household. But I have love for my family, my bloodline. But at the same time, they don't know everything about me, So I'm just being very, very honest with you all. So I hope you know that. So anytime you choose to like, click, share, subscribe, any of this stuff, or even you've just come up on my For You page, this is my personal journey here. So I hope you get what I'm saying. So anyhow, guys, but again, I'm being very, very honest when I say, when I opened the journal up, I flipped a couple of times, but when I landed on a particular, day that I was reading up on, the first one I landed on, it was September the 18th of another year. So it was an anniversary. I'm like, wow, the universe is really talking to me and really telling me it's time to give up on some things and step forward. And guys, I also want to share, guys, if you're liking the things that I'm saying, I hope that I'm just going to give you a little bit of this is just what I would like to see. If you would leave me just to let me know that I'm like lighting some kind of a path for you, or a passion in you, or your passion in you, inspiring like a fire in you. Obviously you can leave any kind of thing. You can leave a heart, anything you want to leave. Obviously I've got to accept it. But if you're feeling the things that I'm saying, I hope that you will leave in the comments, candles. I really love candles. I have always liked candles. And I'm going to share this, guys. There used to be a time where I would buy candles. I love candles. Candles of all different scents, candles of different shapes, different colors, everything. But back in the day when I was buying these candles, it could be Bath and Body Works candles, any kind of a candle. I love candles. I always love candles. I didn't know that I could take those candles and use them for manifestation, to like call in, to attract what I wanted in my life. And the funny thing about it is, I would get the candles and I'd be like, man, I want this particular type of boyfriend. Like I want to light the candle and I want to smell these candles with my boyfriend, or, this guy that I like or whatever. And at that point, I didn't even know that you could actually take the candle and use it to manifest what you want your life to be like. So I don't know. Again, I've always loved candles. So if you leave in the chat candles, or if you could go like on my channel on TikTok, I go under Shadow Girl Sherry, Sherry Shadow Closet. If you go ahead and follow me on over on YouTube, you can find me under Sherry Shadow Closet. You can find me under Shadow Girl Sherry, and the name of my channel is Sunset Songs. Now I think there are a couple of different sunset song channels on YouTube, but mine is the one that's going to be about the law of attraction, where I'm talking about my personal journey with the law of attraction, and where I am also including music. That's why I call it Sunset Songs. The sun, when I say sunset, that is talking about, nature and things that, a force of nature, the sun, the energy of nature. And, I'm talking about nature and the sun, something that makes things grow. But at the same time, I also say sunset songs. So I always find, when I say sunset songs, I always try to think of a song, that I call a sunset song. And the sunset song is basically, the idea of a sunset song is, whenever I come up with, before I go live or before I make a video where I'm not even going live, whatever, I say, okay, Spirit, give me a song. Play a song in my mind, play a song in my heart that is tailored around whatever particular subject matter or whatever I'm going to be talking about for that, what I'm going to call episode. With that being said, and then I try to write it down and all that. If you look at the paperwork that I had written down for the 9th month, 18th day, 2025, which was another 999 portal, the 9th month, September, the 18th, you take the 1 and the 8, you add it together, you got a 9. You got the year 2025, you add those numbers up, you got a 9. So the 999 portal, that's the last one. We're going to have another one tomorrow for the 27th. You take the number 7 and you add the 2 and the 7 together, you get 9. So we're getting blissed out this month with 399 portals. That's a lot of crazy change and intense energy and all that. But if you look at the paper that's right in front of you here that I wrote up or whatever, my paperwork, I did pick a sunset song. The sunset song, that I picked that came to my thought for that night, for that portal, was a song by Paula Abdul. I know it's old, 80s, whatever. But the song was called Cold Hearted Snake. The reason why I picked that song was because this is the year of the snake, and snakes are about change. Why are snakes about change? I'm going to say it again, because snakes, they shed their skin and they leave that old skin behind. You could come out in your yard and the snake might not be there anymore, but it left its skin laying in the grass. So it's moved on, hopefully. I mean, if you're scared of snakes, it's moved on, whatever. And guys, if you could even leave in the comments, if you don't want to leave a candle, if you're feeling what I'm saying, leave me some snakes. Leave some snakes for the Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted Snake. Guys, what do you think about the song? What do you think about Paula Abdul? I think that, Paula Abdul, the last, images or pictures or whatever I've seen of Paula, she looks amazing. That's my opinion. I think she looks amazing. But Paula Abdul was a Laker girl. I think she was was a host, a co-host or whatever with American Idol, I believe it was, Simon Cowell. She, obviously she's gotten older, so she's not that Laker girl anymore. So, it was like for pain, Voltaren, I think Voltaren, something like that. Like for arthritis. I do believe that's what it was called or whatever. But I just wanted to leave these ideas with you guys. Looks like somebody, what in the world is going on here? I'm sorry, guys. Gotta keep on with this live. So yeah, guys, so that is the song that I have picked for, this particular episode, Cold Hearted Snake by Paula Abdul. Let me know what you think about the song. Guys, if there is a song that is playing in your heart right now, if you want to leave it here in the comments, if you want to leave it on any of the comments on my channel on YouTube, which is called Sunset Songs, make sure that you find the one that is my channel. My channel, Sunset Songs. I'm trying to think about what would you call it, the logo, what it looks like. It's a circle, and the top, the part that says sunset is, I believe it's pink, and that's terrible, pink, and then songs is orange. And to me, the combination of orange and pink, that to me is a beautiful sunset. I mean, have you ever been driving along or whatever, and you look up and then the sky is like this beautiful color of like pink and orange and maybe a little bit of purple. Like, to me, that kind of sky, that looks like love. And guys, I love songs. And that's not going to be the only kind of music I'm going to talk about, obviously, on my channel, because Cold Hearted Snake is talking about love, but that's talking about like the bad parts of love. So I'm always talking about keeping things positive, obviously, but there is a shadow side to life as well. I go by Shadow Girl Sherry. Obviously that is because I have some shadow work that I need to be doing, and I'm trying to do that shadow work with you guys. If you are watching this video, it may be a thing to where you might need to be thinking about doing some shadow work too. And we are going into that season of shadows right now. It's the dark season where we're going to have longer nights, than more nighttime, like dark hours, than there are daylight hours, obviously, because we just went into fall. I think that fall equinox, let's see, was the first day of fall? I think it may have been, it was either Monday or Tuesday. And then we had a lot of intense energy going on right now. We had Libra season to begin. And that makes sense because, I noticed that every year. The more you get into this stuff, you get into the moon phases and all that different stuff, you start to see these patterns. Like, when I first started with the law of attraction, it was just the law of attraction. And it started out with, I started thinking about music, because music to me is just a quick way to make you feel some type of way. You want to feel a certain way. You want to feel like you're in love. Go listen to a love song. You don't have to have like a man or a woman in the room with you. But if you listen to a love song, it's like a portal to that, really. Like, you feel it. But if you listen to a love song, it's like a portal to that, really. Like, you feel it. And if you have candles and you light them, you feel like that romantic dinner is already going on, you feel that, and you play the music. So what it started out with me was, I was trying to think positive. That was my whole thing with the law of attraction. And then the next thing, the algorithm, started picking up on the fact that, okay, well, she's talking about the full moon. Well, when I first got into this stuff, I didn't know that I never had any kind of a thought or respect or anything for the other phases of the moon. Okay, well, what does this part of I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know, at first, I didn't even know that the moon happened, that it fell under different zodiac signs. And then the next thing I know, I found that just the more you get into it, the more different things or ideas are introduced to you, and you'll start to notice the patterns. Like, I'm starting to notice that pattern of, okay, fall comes in, and then the next thing you know, you have Libra season. And that makes sense because, okay, fall, we're trying to find a balance, in the first day of fall, or the first day of a new season, everything is equal. Like, you have the equal parts of day and night. And that's the male and female energy coming together. And whenever you have that in nature, just like it is in life, you have creation. You have a man and a woman coming together, and they're doing the right thing, and it's the right time, and it's supposed to happen. Well, you get new life. So it said that at that time, when you have the new season come in, the first day of a new season, whether that be winter, summer, spring, fall, you know what I mean? That very first day, winter, spring, summer, fall, that very first day, the energy, it's equal, day and night. You get what I'm saying? And that's the meeting of a male and female energy. I'll explain that more, but if you're watching the video, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Basically, you might even kind of think about sex magic, really. It's creation. But you've got that male and that female. The sun is the male energy, the work, okay? And then the feminine is the moon. And that's, I guess, kind of receiving, okay? Giving and receiving. You get what I'm saying, back and forth. And you know what that sounds like. Back and forth, and we ain't even going to go there. You get what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. But anyhow, guys, so there's been just a lot of intense energy going on. But I was talking about like how you start to see a pattern after a while. But at first, I started out with just the moon phases, and I had no idea about that. I knew about zodiac signs and all that, but I didn't know that when there is a new moon, it falls under a sign. when there's a full moon, there's a sign that it's falling under. Zodiac sign. I had no idea about that stuff. So yeah. So the more I started to get into it, I started to notice the patterns. And again, at first it started out with just the law of attraction, positive thinking or negative thinking, switching from that negative thinking that I always thought and trying to switch over to the positive. The next thing I know, I found myself out on my porch every full moon and, saying affirmations, and it was kind of like, okay, having the moon, Mr. Moon, or well, I will say Mr. Moon, Mother Moon. I'll say Mother Moon is feminine. Listen to me and, thinking of positive and saying the affirmations. And then I found out, about that, okay, it's under this sign. It's under Virgo, and how does Virgo energy work? And then the next thing I'm like, wait a minute, now I'm sitting out here on the porch and it feels so, summer, beautiful summer night, and it's cool and all this. And I got some candles lit. There's some citronella candles to get rid of the mosquitoes and different things like that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got to add some music to this. So I added music, and then the next thing I know, I'm kind of singing with the music, and I'm feeling that. And, when you feel the right kind of music and you have the right kind of setting, which I had the setting all set up in front of me, it started to get more and more dramatic and whatever I wanted it to be. And it's like, wow, I feel like I'm already there. Like whatever I'm trying to have, it's already here. I feel it. And, I love music. I love scented candles. I love to write things out. So all this stuff, when I started more and more of it started to unfold, it just made so much sense to me. And it seemed so natural to live this way. And I'm like, wow, I wish I had known this stuff years ago. Like anytime I would have found myself alone or anything like that, I wouldn't have felt like I was alone because, well, when you have that candle lit, you feel the warmth, and it's almost like a touch, I mean, obviously you don't want to touch fire, but if you look at that fire and you feel the desire and the stuff that's coming from that fire, you don't feel like you're alone. I think you get what I'm saying. It gives you a feeling. And then depending on what kind of music you're playing, yeah. So, and then you just have everything set up and it's like, wow, I feel like I'm already there. But anyhow, guys, you get what I'm saying. But I want to, if you could leave on any of over on my channel, Sunset Songs, I love candles. If you're feeling anything that I'm saying, you could leave them here in the chat. Go on my channel, Sunset Songs, listen to my other videos. I've been on for a little bit now. I just started going live though this year, in August. So that wasn't long ago. It was last month. The 8th month, 8th day is the first time I went live, found out I love it. And, I've taken it and I've run with it, and I haven't made like any other kind of video since, I don't believe, not unless it was a short. But here I am. So, and I really like it. It feels natural, more and more natural every time I do it. But if you could leave, candles in the comments, snakes here, this is the year of change. If you could leave snakes in here, in this chat or on my channel, Sunset Songs. Guys, if you have a song that you really like that's playing in your heart, you were listening to a song on your way to work, or you went dancing out with somebody and you've already manifested this perfect partner. Well, what song did you listen to together? That's a sunset song. Leave it in any of my videos and just let me know how I'm doing. Because, as I am walking this path and trying to find my way, my idea is to light a path for you as well. And every time you like, click, share, subscribe, you are letting me know that I am lighting a fire for you, and you're lighting a fire for me. And we're walking this and experiencing this whole journey together. That is my idea. And really the good and the bad, because it's not change doesn't come easily. I mean, it's so sad that, yeah, it's easy, but there's going to be challenges. So my idea is for us to be here to get together and go through all this stuff together and be sitting at the same table. We're lighting each other's candles, and we're having good dinners and that kind of thing. So, and we're playing all kinds of different music. It doesn't have to be a love song. I love love songs, but again, Cold Hearted Snake, it's a love song, but it's about the negative side of love. Like, I'm trying to remember some of the lyrics that she said. She said something about trick or treating. Oh, I should have listened to the song before I jumped on. I didn't have a chance because this was a last minute video. But she said something about, okay, he's out doing whatever he's doing, and this guy, he's the cold-hearted snake in the grass. He's out doing what he's doing, and the next thing you know, he calls you to make sure that you're sitting by the telephone, waiting on his call. Like, he's out doing his thing, but okay, he's going to take a little bit of a breather and call you and make sure that you're waiting by the phone. How quickly did she answer? Did she pick up the phone or listen to that, respond to my text? Back when Paula Abdul came out with this song, there was no such thing as a text message. The phone rang, it rang, and, somebody had to pick up. Either they picked up or they didn't. And the idea was, okay, he's trying to see, were you sitting by the phone? Did you pick it up right away? And then after you answer, then the next thing you know, he's on with the next girl. He's out with somebody else. He's a cold-hearted snake. He's doing what he's doing, and she said something about trick-or-treating, and obviously we're going into that season right now. But guys, let me know what you think about the song. Any other songs that you might want to look at as a sunset song, leave it here in the comments. Leave it on my channel, Sunset Songs, and make sure you've got the right one over there on YouTube. But again, let me look at this paper that I've written out. If you look at it, guys, it happened during COVID-19 when I started writing things out in a different way. For whatever reason, I kind of feel like, no lie, I kind of feel like it's like my higher self talking to me, because I'm a Gemini. I mean, I feel like we all kind of have a higher self, really. But at the same time, I really look at it in an intense way because I'm a Gemini. And Gemini is the sign of the twins. So during COVID-19, it was funny, we all had to go inside of our homes and figure out, what are we going to do with ourselves? What are we going to do with all this extra time? And I was the type where, growing up and all that, I always kept a journal or a diary. I had a best friend, and a childhood best friend, and now, older, we're still friends, have a best friend. But we used to like to write. We would keep diaries, and there would be times we're like, okay, it's Friday night, and we were young girls or whatever, and we're like, okay, let's flip through our diaries, and whatever page you land on, you read it to me. And we would do that or whatever. But I've always been the type where I liked writing down my experiences and all that, and then being able to look back on them. And during COVID-19, I had found myself going back to that again, because I had went through a period where I got really, really depressed, and I stopped doing it. And I remember there was a guy that gifted me a journal, and it was just a random a person that I met, and I actually was friends with his wife, and it really was about it really was I don't know if you are what you're into. You could be into religion or whatever. I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I'm not really talking about that right now. I do believe in God, or, something higher. But I really think that in different parts of the world, or it all depends on how you were raised. So I'm not here to tell you what to believe in or anything like that. But so I won't go there. But there was, I was going, at one point I was going through a really hard time. My mom had died. And there was a group of girls that, they were talking to me, and they were, from a religious group or whatever. And there was a couple that I met, and the husband had gifted me a journal, and he just said, okay, anything, when something comes up, and you know, God is going to give you things. He's going to give you things, whatever. He's going to bless you with things, stuff like that. Put them here in this journal. And at that point, I was like, okay, I took the journal, but I was so down and out at that point because I was really missing my mom, and everything wasn't going in the way that I wanted it to happen. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really in. I took the journal, but I'm like, I'm not really into that stuff anymore. I was just so out of it, just not believing in anything. And there were some things that took place in my life, meeting these people as well. It was very nice that he gave me the journal. And I kept the journal. And then one day I just felt like it's like something came over me, and it just said, you know what? Open that journal up. And the other journals that you have, open the journals up and put stories in them, write stuff in them. And then after a while, it came to me, it doesn't matter if something is going on in your life right now, if there's something wonderful going on. I found out about the law of attraction, and I found out about scripting. So it's like, you know what? Don't put negative stuff in there. Write it out the way you want it to come to you. So I found myself lighting all these candles. I had candles that I had kept, that I was waiting on this particular situation, or maybe there was a guy in my life, but it wasn't the one that I was feeling or whatever. And, oh, I'm just going to wait. And then I got over that. I'm like, no, the time is now. So let's call it in now. And that's the way I started doing it. But to make a long story short, guys, basically during COVID-19, I really got back into writing again. And, but it came to me at one point where I just started writing things out in this different kind of a way. And what you're looking at right now is that idea. I started to look at it after a while like it was my higher self talking down to me. Like it's the sun, and these ideas are just coming down to me. So that's the way I kind of started writing. So what you're looking at right now is, I'm going to say the logo of my channel is in the right-hand corner, Sunset Songs. And I know it might look kind of maybe childish to some people, but at the same time, I want to remind you that shadow work, I have come to find out, I've read in a lot of places, it has a lot to do with your inner child. So I do like to draw. I like to doodle. I like to write. I've always liked writing in journals and things like that. But I guess you might look at some of it and think, oh, well, that's a sun. That looks like a little childish sun that a little girl would draw or whatever. But I took it and I made it as adult as I could. And I came up with my channel, Sunset Songs. That's my logo. And again, it might look a little bit childish, but at the same time, the sun's out for everybody, children. One of the things in V.C. Andrews' story, Flowers in the Attic, you'll have to, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to look at the movie. There's a part where they say that, oh, the kids aren't growing. The twins are not growing. It's because they weren't getting sunlight. Like the sun makes everything grow. So Sunset Songs, like we're growing together. But, obviously when children are growing or whatever, you have to have the sunlight. You have to have sunlight. You have to see that difference between day and night and all that. My mom had, when she got really, really sick, there was at one point where, she wasn't able to see day or night, like the difference between day and night, because she was in the hospital. And she was, I think it was the critical care unit, sickest one in the whole unit. And she couldn't, she was in a room where there wasn't a light. There was, artificial light, but there was no window. So she couldn't look out the window and see the difference between night and day. And it was the way her room, the way it came, the way it was positioned, in some places in the hospitals and stuff, there's not a window. So she wasn't seeing that. And I think they called it, it was a form of psychosis that she went into. And it was so hard to see. yeah, I went through a lot of changes with my mom's illness and whatnot, but you'll be hearing about all that stuff here on my channel. If you come on the ride with me, I keep saying trying to keep everything positive, obviously, but it's a world of duality. You've got light and you've got darkness. But my idea is to meet in the middle and transmute it and make it work. My mom got sick and it changed me. I went through a lot of changes, but I'm still standing. And but yeah, you're looking at this right now. Again, it might look a little bit childish. I hope you don't look at it that way. There are people that like to do adult coloring and all that. I have some of those adult coloring books. I still love to color. I still love Barbies. I'm going to be honest with you guys about a lot of stuff, but you're going to know why I do the things that I do. Whereas other people that really know me might be, oh, she's so peculiar, or she's so strange, or this or that or the third. You're going to know why. That's what my channel is all about. And maybe one day, hopefully, you'll know what I really look like. I'll let you know. I'm going to promise you I'm not horrible looking. I may not be the most beautiful girl in the world. But I don't think I'm scary looking either. It just rhymes with my name, Scary. And then there's Sherry. Yeah, Shadow Girl Sherry. But anyhow, guys, you get what I'm saying. Oh man, let me hurry up and say this, guys. I don't even think, let me see. I wonder if I touch this right now. I wanted to be able to write out to you guys or tell you guys what the picture said. Just look at it. And it might look like a little bit of a puzzle, but basically, I can't see it right now because TikTok has put something up here to where it's saying, okay, drag the puzzle piece into place. I don't know what it's doing. I got to learn more stuff about TikTok, but obviously I've went over an hour. I never have a problem doing that. They always tell me, okay, here on TikTok, okay, you've gone longer than like 90% of people normally go. Well, that's because I'm a Gemini. But guys, whenever you look at these pictures, the things that I write out, it might look like a little bit of a puzzle. I try to, tell you guys what it meant, what it says or whatever. And I think if you look at it, you can figure it out. I think right now I can't see it because TikTok has put something over top of this and I got to figure out why they do that and all that. But I'm afraid that if I hit anything, it might make the live go off. And I have 3 minutes and 48 seconds before this live is going to stop. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. But basically, I wanted to touch base with you guys tonight before the 9/9 portal comes in. Just know that tomorrow when the 9/9 portal comes in, keep it positive, guys. Whatever you're trying to get rid of. If you want to, like I did on the last 9/9 portal, which was the 8th month, or I'm sorry, the 9th month, the 18th day this month, September the 18th, you could write, I already had stuff written down that was negative, and because it was from old journals, and I would take it, fold it up. I had a little cast iron pot, and when you put the lid down and all that, you just be careful with fire. That's all I'm saying. Be very, very careful. Don't leave it unattended. All that stuff. But because you don't want to get to the point where you're stopping and dropping and rolling and all that. We don't want to get to that point. We don't want to get to that point. Just be safe. But basically, I take the paper, I took it out of the journal, the negative stuff, and I would take it and fold it away from me. That's like saying that I'm getting rid of it. This doesn't belong to me anymore. I'm not carrying this anymore. I'm going to fold it away from me. And then that's asking the universe to take it. And then I burn it. I burn it, and, the universe takes it from that point. So that's an idea that you might want to do. Maybe you don't have a journal or whatever, but you can write down things that you're releasing. You're asking the universe to take it away and to bring something much better for you because that's what you deserve. But that's what I did for that last portal. And it just so happened, guys, I want to share this. I have a friend that we hadn't really talked in a while, but this person actually has an area where we can make the fire much more intense. I've made other videos where I was at this person's house and we had like a bonfire. And because this person like lives in like, not like right out around a lot of people, we can do that. And this person called me yesterday, or text me or whatever. So I hadn't talked to them in a while, and it's kind of like maybe I manifested them back into my life. And we're going to be getting together soon, and I won't need that little cast iron pot. Obviously I still have it. That's going to come in to be a lot of fun for Halloween and all that. But we're planning on getting together soon, and it'll be a full-on bonfire. So maybe I'll be able to go live when I'm with this person, or maybe not. I don't know. But guys, I thank you so much for sharing this time with me. This is a Friday night. You could be doing anything right now. Like, you could be somewhere right now, up with somebody, making new life. But you're with me right now. And I just want to thank you for that. If you want to leave anything here on, on any of my videos here on TikTok, that's fine. I hope that you will go over on to my YouTube channel, which is called Sunset Songs. Make sure you're looking. You're gonna find Shadow Girl Sherry. Look at one of the videos, make sure it's me, and make sure that I have said Shadow Girl Sherry, and you know that you're talking and subscribing to me. And I hope that you will do that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, enjoy your 9/9 portal. I might try to go live tomorrow night just to say what's up. Okay, guys? I love you guys, and take care.